This morning, Tia Trudgeon is talking parent-teacher conferences at Graverette Elementary and tips from educators for making the most out of your conversation. Tia, what have you been learning this morning?
Well, I've been learning that parents, they should be doing their homework and they need to be really actively involved in their student's school life, whether or not they think their student is struggling or succeeding. So I'm back now with Stephanie Anderson and Stacy Brock. So talking about homework, how can parents best prepare for a parent-teacher conference?
Well, like Dr. Peterson said, Tia, thinking about it ahead of time, writing down questions that they might have, asking for resources that they might need. But really what parents probably want to think about is how they can take home what they learned at the conference and they can work with their child at home in conjunction with school.
Right. I mean, it's not just showing up and listening. I mean, that is a big part of it, but the parent needs to be an active part of that conversation too, and then continue that forward.
Right. The kids grown-ups, our school grown-ups and out of school grown-ups, and we're all role models. Talking about loving learning, working on assignments, reading with kids, that all shows students how much we as adults love learning, and that role modeling is incredibly important.
And why are these live interactions so important? Why not just send an email about your concerns?
The live interactions are super important. Emails can be misleading. And so we have a variety of ways, as Dr. Peterson and Mrs. Musko talked about, we have the in-person virtual meetings, and then phone conversations. And these interactions and communication shouldn't just stop with conferences. So there are many opportunities after conferences for parents to be involved in your school. There's events, special events, there are family nights, and many volunteer opportunities, especially with holidays coming up. We have a lot of things happening in our elementary schools.
And that just helps students get set up for success. It helps them know that their parents are caring about what they're doing in school. But if a parent does have a concern about their student, what's the best way to approach that with a teacher or a principal? How should they bring it up?
Coming right into our office, start with the teacher. We always say start with the teacher if there's a concern, and if it's something that needs to be brought to a bigger team level, then principals will get involved at that point. But having those face-to-face conversations and dealing with situations and concerns is so important.
And I mean, my biggest takeaway here with you ladies this morning is that parent-teacher conferences are a positive thing. You should go into them talking about, ways to celebrate your child. They shouldn't be scary. You shouldn't be nervous about them. I wanted to thank you for having me this morning and for having this conversation. I will share it to our website, uppermichigansource.com, but that's all I have here at Graverette Elementary, and it's back to you ladies in the studio.